What's up, Yup gang? It's your boy Taxon and welcome back to Yup TCG Things, and today we are bringing you yet another battle video, guys. This is going to be round 3 of our locals this week. This is going to be Black Finn versus Blue Gogeta BR. And before we dive in, I do want to say that we are still trying to reach our 2,000 subscriber goal, and with that being said, I do want to thank anyone and everyone who has supported us on this journey. With that being said, guys, let's go ahead and turn this around and dive in. Alrighty, you guys, and here we are diving directly into this battle. Finn is on the right side and Gogeta is on the left. Finn starting it off by paying 1 and playing out the 1-drop Deborah for the deck, and then it looks like we're going over to Gogeta here, starting off his turn by charging and then playing out the 3-cost, 1-costed Goku, top 5 searching for, oh, look at that, his secret rare. How broken of an effect is that? No cost limit search on that turn 1 play there. And of course, since he is the second player, he can search again with his leader effect when he swings with leader. So looking pretty good here to start it off for him. So it looks like he's swinging in, top 5 search here, grabbing a 5-cost Gogeta, and then it looks like he's going to be comboing his Goku from field as well. It looks like Finn setting up his turn 1 by dropping the Goku Servant to help his turn 2 awaken here. Of course, since Finn is not so much explored deck, guys, I will of course be putting as many images of the cards that he plays out when he's making the actions so that you guys can read them, of course, because I won't be super familiar with them, and I'm sure many of you guys out there watching this battle will not be super familiar with them unless, of course, you are a super big Finn fan anyways. So it looks like we're going to turn 2 using our leader's activate effect to awaken our leader, absorbing the servant from the opponent's side of the field, drawing 2, taking 2 life, flipping over. Looks like we're going to go ahead and use his other effects. This was a card underneath him. Gain 5k, draw a card. So it looks like already getting some good, decent hand size going here. Swinging in, landing that damage, of course, and then passing turn with 2 active energy up. Of course, that servant plays back out with the auto of Finn. And then going into turn 2 here for Gogeta. Gogeta, of course, always having that secret rare back in the pocket, waiting for the opportunity to slam him is kind of scary. So it looks like we're starting off our turn here on turn 2, swinging in with the leader. We're going to see our top 5 search here. Looks like waiting for a negate, and top 5 search. Grabbing out a super combo. How nice have our top 5s been to us so far for Gogeta? Very, very good. We got 2 energy. Normally this is the awakening turn for Gogeta, but of course every Gogeta player can play this differently. We'll see what he decides to do. Of course, comboing off that skillless servant guy back to Finn in order to try to prevent the leader effect from doing his thing next turn. Getting a little sassy with that toss as well. I love that player. Gogeta player is very fun to play against. We'll see what he decides to do here. Of course, Z charging 1 from the drop area, discarding the Vegeta, paying 1 to draw a card and play out this Gogeta. 1 step closer to our awakening, and of course playing out, I believe this is the one that cracks himself and then untaps an energy. Looks like taking that damage. That was only a 15k, but of course Finn probably not always having the most combo power in hand. Of course, he does have a bunch of those other Finn promos or just Finn cards that like combo or play into the opponent's play into your battle area on the opponent's turn. So we'll see what he ends up doing or how he ends up playing this new variation of the deck. So it looks like turn 1 or paying 1 for the Vegeta here, top 5 searching. And I imagine from here we're just gonna see the turn passing by cracking open the Gogeta to untap an energy. Going into turn 3 here for Finn. Finn's going to suck up the Vegeta. Pause. Run that back. You're swinging in, getting the of course using the effect first to gain 5k, draw a card. Swinging in 20k. Looks like out comes a Toba for 1 energy. This is a top 5 searcher grabbing himself what I believe is a little hard to see, but it looks like a Deborah, another one of those 1-cost Deborahs. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yep, it looks like he's going to pay 1, play it out as a cantrip. I do believe these guys, I will put it on screen for you guys. I do believe it is a permanent, like a gains blocker as well, or something like that as well. So we'll see. I'll put it up on the screen so you guys can read it. Of course, going into the end phase, giving him his Vegeta back. That guy comes back skillless. And then we got turn 3 here for Gogeta. Of course, things can start getting super lethal here because Finn went up to 3 energy. And of course, now the big 8 drop on Gogeta's side is live, as well as a secret rare that we know he has in hand. So we'll see what he decides to do here. So it looks like giving his drop area a quick peek, checking to see if he had what he needed for his awakenings or for his fusions. We'll see what he decides to do here. Of course, he has tons of options now. It looks like he's decharging 1, discarding 1, paying 2 to play out the big 8 drop, and what a gorgeous Gogeta card. Gogeta. Anyways, swinging or using his effect to get rid of the card. It looks like he can't get rid of the other one. Didn't get rid of the other one. That one's probably because of his barrier. I can't remember. I will put the permanent on screen for you guys. Of course, I don't have it in front of me right this instant. Paying 1 for the next Gogeta. This is the dual attacker one. He has an activate main where you can pitch 1 card from your hand in order to untap him if you have 3 or more energy. Then he has an auto to gain 5k and draw a card when he attacks, which is pretty powerful. Swinging in with the leader here, you can of course get the top 5 search again, grabbing himself a Gogeta. We're going to see the Awaken as well. Drawing 2 cards, he does have 1 energy marker up, so of course a D-Magic will provide him tons of energy for defense on his next turn, if so be it. Swinging in, getting the 5k, drawing a card with this 5-drop Gogeta. Of course, this is quite a hefty battle here. Looks like he's comboing 1 card from hand in order to try to trigger the 8-drop Gogeta. Looks like he did not trigger it on Gogeta's side of the field. Looks like paying 1 in order to play out this other Finn with this Dark Life Forms effect. I will put both these guys on screen so that you guys can read them. I do know that this is a not so much explored deck, so I do want everyone to read and understand exactly what these lines of play are. So swinging in with the big 30k, of course that guy kind of just does his thing, does the damage. So Finn's already pretty much down to 2 life here, really struggling here. Going to 4 energy. Looks like we're starting off by dropping the promo on top of this 2 drop. We're going to use the leader effect to go ahead and take the 8 drop. Of course, now this 8 drop will come back into the opponent's area, skill negated, unless he chooses to pop it with another effect, of course. So swinging in, he does get D-Magicked. It looks like now he's going to go ahead and swing in with a promo. Looks like he was debating on using the auto there, but looks like he's choosing not to use the auto on the 6 drop. Of course, I can put that on screen for you guys here, for you guys can read it and understand why he's considering it. So he's got 4 active energy here. Of course, tons of options here for black, especially with the way that Finn plays heavily on the opponent's turn. So it looks like he's using effect untapping and then choosing Gogeta's choosing to take the damage. So it looks like we're going to see the effect on that promo to pay 1 energy and play out the skill Hunter Boo. Comes out with 1 marker, or apologies, 3 markers. Then he's going to see the effect from that Boo in order to swing for, I believe, 20k or 25. I do believe he has a booster effect. I'll put him on screen as well for you guys. Swinging in, that does get Android 17. Looks like we're going to see the end phase steps for Finn here to shoot out that Gogeta back to Gogeta's side of the field, skill negated. Going into turn 4 here for Gogeta, swinging in with the big skillless Gogeta here. It's going to get a darkness absorption. I'll put a picture of that, of course, for you guys. This is the floodgate of the deck. Really decent card as well. Finn not being, of course, the best black deck, but having a lot of really unique tools for him. So it looks like we're going to go ahead and use some Z energy here and 1 energy in order to play out the Z extra with a couple of those new Z unisons. Very, very powerful cards as well, if I do say so. paying 1 energy and then Z charging those 2 cards that he just used from the Z energy in order to play out his new Gogeta. This guy, of course, does gain barrier and 5k to the end of the opponent's turn, so very unique and good for him. It does kind of work around the removal for Android for this Finn deck, of course, because this promo has this skill where he can absorb and gain 5k. Look at that, really, really good. So it looks like we're using the practicing fusion effect. It looks like popping his energy, top 5 searching, and that was a hard whiff. It looks like he's just shuffling up right away, barely even looked at the card. You just noticed right away that he whiffed. So paying the 1, Z charging the 2 from the drop to play the Gogeta rare. This is my favorite Gogeta for this deck. Of course, he has the nice removal effect on attack, and then he has an activate main where you can pitch 1 to draw 2, which kind of helps you with your fusions for the future. So of course he's swinging in. This will more than likely be dealt with dealing with that promo. So this is a 20k leader, so this will just be 5k from Finn in order to not take this damage if Gogeta does not combo. Choosing to take that damage, going down to 1 life. Honestly kind of shocked, because 1 life is very scary to play on against a deck like Gogeta, considering this deck just swings and swings and swings. It plays a bunch of decently tall bodies, but normally goes really wide. So it looks like we're going to see the power burst to stop this attack, grabbing a Deborah from the drop area, not too shabby. We do have the barrier blocker still active. Of course, he is floodgated. We'll see. He does have 1 active energy. Let's see what he decides to do. So we're passing turn. We do have 1 active energy. Of course, that just means that 1 D magic, and we're off to the races with a ton of energy in order to defend this next turn. We're at turn 5 here for Black Finn. Finn, Unison, chilling. He's got a bunch of markers. We'll see if it does stop him from doing anything. Looks like we're paying 2. Drawing a card with this Finn card. I'll put a picture of him on field. We're going to use the effect of this promo. Go on top. Swinging in. This will get hit with the Android 17. He's going to use his effect to go ahead and absorb the 17. It looks like he's going to untap and then use his leader effect to absorb the Gogeta. Very, very decent. So now the leader is beefy. That's a beefy, beefy boy. That's a big attacker. So we're going to see the pay 1 for yet another Deborah cantrip. Pretty decent card considering it's permanent. Looks like he's going to pass turn. All 3 of those cards go back to Gogeta. We'll see what Gogeta decides to do here on his turn 5 with 4 skillless cards in play in his battle area. And now his Gogeta that just lost the 5k and barrier is also vulnerable to Finn as well. So we'll see if Finn can managefully take advantage of this skillless board here he's got going. So if I was Gogeta, I would probably just try to find a way to sack off as many of those skilllesses as I can in order to try to prevent skills on Finn's side of the field, because Finn does operate a lot better when your opponent has skillless cards in play. So we'll see what he decides to do. 5 total energy here. Of course, this is approaching towards the end of this battle, I would imagine, considering the sheer amount of battle these guys have given. Looks like we're going to start off our attack with the big 30 skillless. This does get hit with the absorption of doom. Because he has the skillless in play, he does get hit with the floodgate. So we shall see exactly what he decides to do here. Swinging in with the leader. Do apologize about the glare, guys. I will try to work on that for next week's content, of course. That does get blocked by the TP. Looks like he's going to combo all these skilllesses off here and his blocker in order to try to stop that card from getting absorbed. So it looks like we're going to see him combo off the Servant Gogeta and then, or not Gogeta, sorry, the Servant Goku, and then give it to Gogeta, and then he does end up surviving that attack, keeping his TP alive. So more than likely doing that to try to attempt to get that TP's effect off for a second turn in a row. We'll see what he can do here. Looks like we're paying 1 for Manaka's presence. We're going to activate the Practicing Fusion, pop a Z energy to top 5 search. So we shall see exactly what he decides to do here. If he has a good enough search. It looks like, wow. I can't believe he didn't have a search there. Okay. That's essentially a free draw for the charge of a Z energy. So for the cost of 1 Z energy, which is not bad in this deck considering you Z charge your fusion targets from the drop area. So not seeing a Gogeta there on the top 5 is just a big whiff for Gogeta there. That does put a little bit of a dent on his hand size. Probably not too bad. When he drops this secret rare, of course this guy's going to come down and then get 2 cards from the Z energy. So he hasn't used any super combos yet this battle, but grabbing just about anything is better than nothing. Of course, using the Practicing Fusion effect there to go ahead and remove a barrier card, he's going to use the leader effect to crack his energy and untap. Using the effect of the secret rare in order to give his leader 10k. He's swinging in pretty big here. We'll see what Finn decides to do in order to swing. Okay, so we got hit with the petrification. This is kind of unfortunate for Gogeta because if he would have swung with the secret rare first, it would have been just a little bit more beneficial because he can't petrify his leader. So starting off with the leader effect here, drawing a card, absorbing the Goku. Oh wait, I apologize. I think he used a different effect. Because he just charged an energy. That was the start of his turn. Yep, there's the first leader effect, absorb the Gogeta there. That gets demagicked. I do believe that was his promo effect from last turn. So swinging in, that gets demagicked again. Was that the double demag? No. So demagic on leader effect, and then Android 17. Apologies, guys. Android 17 on the TP effect, which gets hit with the Super Kamehameha. That gets played to the warp there. We're gonna see a super combo on Finn. I do believe he gave him a skilled dual attack, or maybe not double strike. I don't know. Not quite sure how he stood up and swung again. I may have missed something there. Leave it in the comments if you guys caught it. That is my bad for not being able to commentate that one for you. I do know that the Finn leader can steal skills though, so he might have just had this keyword skill dual attack. Looks like we're paying 1 for a top 5 searcher. Paying 1 to play out that Deborah as well. That guy's a barrier blocker, so he's not really a terrible play. Using the plus on the unison, I do believe he gets a little beefy and then he swings in. That's going to get super combo to get out of. Looks like he's going to pay 1 in order to use effect here. He's going to pop the 8-drop out from underneath the leader to gain his effect, and then he's going to pass turn. I think he just used that card's effect to pop the 8-drop in order to try to kind of nullify the amount of attacks he's going to be able to provide on this next turn. So starting off Gogeta's turn 6 here. This has got to be his very, very push turn. We'll see exactly what he decides to do here, considering Finn's been on 1 life here for, I believe, 2 turns now. The swing with the SCR there, going ahead and getting blocked by the Deborah. Looks like he's going to go ahead and combo off the Servant as well to try to utilize getting rid of some of that having skillless stuff on the board. Gogeta actually kind of looking like he's having a hard time working around the way these skills work. So he's got a ton of energy here. It looks like he's got a ton of energy. Probably going to be able to wrap it up here during this turn more than likely. Only 2 energy here to work through on Finn's side of the field. Swinging in. We're going to see 1 for Power Burst. Power Burst is going to add back Deborah to the hand. We're going to see the activation of the leader there. Of course, having the 10k boost is nice because now this is 2, what I believe is 25k attacks.
If he played the other Gogeta as well, which would have given him 5k, he could have been 230k attacks, which would have been really nice. Penning one for another Power Burst, looking very, very nice, having quite amount of defenses here in hand. Nothing in the drop area to add to his hand there, unfortunately. Looks like he's going to pay 1. Z-Charge 2 from the drop area. Out comes the barrier, 5 drop boy. Pretty good because now he doesn't have to worry about the TP effect. He looks like he's going to pay 1 and 2 Z energy. Yep, 1 and 2 Z energy in order to do practicing fusion. Looks like we're going to see 2 energy to go ahead and play out Big Boy Gogeta. That goes ahead and deals with all the other problem cards, considering the TP was a big issue for him. Swinging in with that 8 drop, we're going to see if that's enough for him to die, and it looks like he's going to do it himself. Popping this Power Burst in order to kill himself. Looks like Finn does not end up taking this, which is unfortunate because I was rooting for Finn here with all this new support. But with that being said, guys, Gogeta does end up taking this. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Do remember to smash all those buttons for us, like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys next time.